Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Journey Beyond the Island podcast with your girl Izzy. I am really excited to finally be back here with you guys. And I just want to give my thanks to those who took the time to listen to my first episode. I really appreciate it. So, thank you so much. And to those who left me feedback or who sent me private messages, whether it was negative feedback or positive feedback, I took both of them into account and I am listening to you all. But yeah, thank you so much. And yeah, it's been quite a while and we are finally back and getting everything sorted. I did shoot a previous episode with my two sisters, Marie and Hannah. And there were a couple of IT issues, which is why I didn't release that episode. But nevertheless, we are here now and super excited. Welcome to my new listeners. Welcome. I hope that you all enjoy this episode too. And I look forward to, bringing you guys along the journey with me. This episode is a bit of everything. I guess it's just answering a couple of your questions that you guys have asked me. How do you manage mum life, work life, and business all at once? Okay, firstly, I don't think that I manage them to the best of my ability. I think that it is a choice to want to do it. Like, for example, getting up early to turn up to my 9 to 5. That's purely because I enjoy what I do. Like, I love my workplace. I love working after hours for my business. I love what I do. So everything that I'm doing today, they're purely because I love doing what I do. If I didn't love doing it, it would mean a different story to me. So I love being a mom. I just love it all. So it's different. And it's kind of hard for me to answer that because I don't think it's something you manage. I think it's something you just choose to want to do because you purely either love it or you either are forced to do it because you have no other choice. So yeah, I hope that answers that question. I just love what I do. I see myself, being better, growing, and eventually making it into something that is bigger than it is today. So yeah, that's that question. Hopefully I answered that well. You seem to always take care of your parents, and why? I always take care of my parents. I would say that it's 50-50. I take care of my parents and they take care of my son. Like, my mom takes care of my son full time, and she also takes care of my little niece, who I refer to as my daughter. So who else is going to do it, really? Like, I have my siblings who are all doing their thing, have their own families, living, doing whatever they're doing in their own spaces. So for me, I've always known that I was going to take care of them, and that's just something that was built in me when I was younger. I just knew that one day that I would give them a proper home to live in. As I mentioned in my previous episode, we moved around a lot, and I just really wanted them to come over to Australia to live in a proper home that I was able to provide for them. So yeah, I think it's just something that I've always wanted to do as a kid, was to take care of them, bring them over, have a feel of, I wouldn't say my life is a luxury, but I think have a feel of what a home feels like. We did have a home, obviously, as kids, but I think that, It's just the little things. Mum having a kitchen, us having a proper bathroom, a proper shower, just the little things. And I know that because my mum says it to me every day. She's like, oh, I don't want to go back home until, your father builds a home on that land. So yeah, I think it's just the little things that I grew up around, which gave me the strength, which gave me the push, I guess, to want to look after them. And that's just what I'm doing right now. Where do you see yourself in 20 years from now? Holy hecker. Lots of kids running around on my yacht with a glass of wine in my hand, beautiful mountain view in the background, hopefully a husband before then, my siblings on the yacht, same yacht as me, houses in different countries. Oh my goodness, you name it. That is exactly where I see myself. But on a serious note, I also see myself helping people who are in need of anything, literally. I want to help people build businesses. I want to help people rebuild their families. Like, there's just a lot of things that I imagine. There's just, my brain literally does not stop, and it just, there's always one idea after the other onto the next. It does not stop. But yeah, if you were to ask me, that is where I see myself. Lots of kids around and living life in a bikini, I'll say. Alrighty, now this is where it gets a little bit more heated with the questions that I have been asked, and I don't blame you guys. If I post things on my social media and you guys see it and then 1 minute I'm not posting, obviously as human beings you're going to wonder what the heck is going on. So I don't blame you guys, but sometimes being a less nosy in people's business is pretty attractive, I would say. Okay, now I thought I would answer this in one nutshell for you all. So I got a couple of questions asking, what happened to your ex? What happened to your baby daddy? What happened to you and your brother? Do you guys talk anymore? Yeah. Or what's going on with your sisters? Like, basically asking about my relationships with these individuals, or with family and with these individuals. So I thought I'll just answer that in one go to make things a lot more easier for myself to take in, or else I am going to need a box of tissues. All right, now the baby daddy issue. Sorry, I wouldn't say it's an issue. I take that back. I would say the co-parenting. How is the co-parenting going? No one asked me that, but I'm going to put it into a nicer way on how you can ask someone about their ex-relationships. Co-parenting is co-parenting at the moment. So yeah, big thanks to obviously my son's dad for making it a lot more easier. At the start, it was a bit bumpy because of how things ended. And a lot of that was probably, I would say it was 50-50, There was, before something ends, there's always a lead up to something ending. So for example, there was a lot of issues that were happening within the relationship that I was trying to always fix, which never got fixed. So it's like when you're trying to fix a motorbike, but you can't find parts to buy for the motorbike because it's such an old model. So you can't actually find the parts to fix the damn motorbike. So it was kind of like that. That's how I saw my relationship with my son's dad. It was kind of like that, and it was just repeating and repeating. So eventually I just could not do it, and it didn't end in the nicest way. I would say it was pretty fucking bad on my side of things, obviously. There was a bit of cheating going on as well, which no one really knew about because I kind of kept it to myself. Have I cheated? Yes, I have cheated. But this was obviously after the fact, but it doesn't make it okay. Obviously, I'm not excusing the fact that I have done that in the past. Definitely not taking that as something to be proud of. Obviously, things could have been dealt with in a different way. But yeah, it all happened really quickly. We basically went to Raro as a family, and then it just all ended there. But yeah, everything's going well. As I said, the beginning was a bit bumpy, and we're okay now. We are communicating, asking about, he would message me when I have my son, ask how my son's going, and all that stuff. And I think that just comes with, a lot of individual growth that we have done separately. Like when we were together, we were always bumping heads, and I was always expecting things from him, and he was just always expecting things from me, and it just was not working. So I guess, like, with our relationship, with being together and then now being total strangers, obviously we communicate because of my son, but I think that 100% chose the right person to have a baby with. That's a big tick, because he is a great dad, just not obviously my person that I want to grow old with, and and be drinking a coffee, I guess, on the beach with grey hair and all that type of stuff. So yeah, I guess grew up, wanted, I couldn't find what I needed to find in a man from him. So I guess the thing I did was I looked elsewhere at the end of the day. But yeah, that is how my co-parenting is going. And now a topic I really did not want to bring up, but I thought it needs to be mentioned because I did get a couple of people messaging me, and they're like, oh my gosh, are you still with da 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 da? And I'm like, no. Or someone else would ask me, and I'm like, oh my gosh, how did you know? So I played the dumb card at times, but I thought it needed to be spoken about because it was serious to me, I guess. And I'm just like, okay, I think I really, before walking in here, I'm like, okay, do you really want to speak about it, or are you just going to shut up about it? So yeah, I guess a lot of people are just wondering if I am still in a relationship. No, I'm not. I am not looking for anything serious. I'll probably try again when I'm 44 on the yacht drinking wine with my kids running around. I don't know where the other 5 kids are going to come from, but yeah, we're not together. I am solely a mum, doing my own thing, and yeah, I don't really want to speak about what happened. Obviously, that's a bit more personal to me. The situation was shit. I can say that. It could have been doubted we could have sorted things out differently. But I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh my God, he was a bad person, shitty. Like, no, that is not how I think about this person. I think, number one, he has impacted my life significantly. And a lot of people would not understand that because they weren't the ones in the situation. So yeah, I guess I learned a lot from this person. It's been an eye opener for me because, to be honest, like, I don't think I would have started my business or my podcasting if I never met this person. It was always an idea. It was always something I was going to do eventually. But no one, really spoke to me about these things. No one gave me the encouragement. Every time I mentioned it to people, they would be like, oh, that's cool. That's it. Like, no one actually, took me serious. But yeah, I think that, it is what it is. Again, it's a choice everything's a choice, and unfortunately that path didn't work out for me, and I'm okay with it. I've accepted that. I've accepted the way things have ended. So yeah, I think that the only thing I don't accept is I guess the other individual who was involved in the situation is the one thing that I don't accept, and I don't think I would ever come to terms with accepting that. Although it wasn't obviously, this is really hard trying to talk about a situation without having to, I don't know, bring them out into the light too much. But I guess, what I'm trying to say is my relationship I had with that specific individual wasn't a disaster. Like, I look at it as I've learned something. I've learned something I loved. I've learned something I hated. But all is good. So yeah, and I learned a lot. And I think that's my biggest take on that is I've learned a lot. And I left, like, things ended on, I wouldn't say on good terms, but things ended and I was still okay. But yeah, I guess that is the answer to that question. Now, how is your relationship with your brother and your sisters? Now, most of you guys already know I have an older brother, and then I have my second eldest brother, and then my older sister, then it's me, then it's my baby sister. We are all separated. Like, we don't all communicate with each other. I guess I look at it as everyone's got their own families, everyone's taking care of themselves. They're okay. We're all breathing still. But my relationship with my eldest brother, I don't think there's anything there at the moment, but that's okay. Obviously, there's still love there. I don't think I can ever stop loving any of my family members. I will never stop loving any of my family. Sorry, wrong wordings there. My relationship with my older sister, I think that we are like literally like this. Sometimes she can piss me the hell off, but it comes with a lot of understanding. It comes with a lot of growth. And when you're out, I guess when you're out of that hole that you are in, you just start. And when you just start to shine, it makes you feel good about yourself. Then it makes you obviously want to share that feeling with everyone else. But when you're in a hole, you just want to stay in there and keep it all to yourself. So yeah, my relationship with my older sister is great, and I honestly pray that it stays that way, because sometimes she can be a bit bipolar. But yeah, we're all good. My baby sister, we speak here and there. I'm not quite close to her, but she is, again, doing everything. Look, she's doing everything perfect. She's living her life with her partner, and yeah, my relationship with her has been not the closest, but we've never fallen out as bad as I did with the other 3 siblings of mine. And then my brother, my closest one, the closest I've been obviously to growing up, we have reconnected just a couple of days ago. So yeah, my relationship with him, a lot to work on, but he's got his own things that he's dealing with him and his little family, and I guess time will tell where we will eventually speak properly again. At the moment, I think for me is just taking one step at a time, which is him reaching out to me, and we just take things from there. But it is slowly coming together. We have not spoken for about three or 4 years, so I guess we lose some and we win some, because I've recently lost a huge thing in my life, which was love, and and now I've got something else looking excited too, which is my brother. My brother coming back and, just, I guess, working things out with him would be amazing. But one step at a time. And yeah, that is that. And I will leave it as that. I might come out with part 2 of this. I'm not sure what I'm going to be covering in my next episode. I do want to bring some guests onto the next episodes that I come out with. So yeah, it will be exciting. We are finally back. I'm going to promise myself to put time away to start recording my podcasts weekly or even fortnightly. But yeah, thank you all for joining me. Thank you so much for your time, and I am looking forward to seeing you all in the next episode.